of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack.
Ahoy!
He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! How are we doing? The James, Robert M. Ahoy, buddies. Verti FN and Jose Estrada. Ahoy. McGregor Orchard. Ahoy. Blues 7, Hurricanes 5. Oh, that's going to be a blockbuster of a game in the Super Rugby. Just quietly. UFC only fams, ahoy. And UFC, is that eggs? Is that eggs trying to hide? I don't know. It looks like the same avatar, that's all. Dean Love Stuff, ahoy. Blues 13 plus. Wow, that's a rather ambitious prediction. Although Hurricanes resting a lot of players, are they? Which could happen leading up to the finals. Anyway, enough about the Super Rugby, I suppose. People want to know about this game. Tigers versus the Knights. I've got to say, I predicted Tigers to win this game early in the week. Now that I can see it's absolutely pissing down rain, the Knights have a far superior wet weather game plan. I don't know if the Tigers have a wet weather game plan, but we've seen the Knights know how to play to perfection in torrential downpour. So I've changed my tip last minute. I've changed to the Knights now that I've seen the conditions. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with my same game multi, which largely favours the Tigers. But I mean, that is what it is. I can't do too much about that now. I put that bet on before I saw the conditions. I should learn. I should know by now. Do not put same game multis on until the very last minute, until you know what the conditions are at least. Robert M says, I've backed the Knights in this one with the wet weather coming into focus. Pretty much exactly my thoughts there, Robert M. If it were dry, I'd be on the Tigers, I reckon. No, Kalen Ponga is still out for the Knights, but they haven't lost anything with young David Armstrong. He's been filling in very, very wonderfully. Couldn't think of another word, so I just went with wonderfully. Yeah, Kalen Ponga's out injured. Losing a lot of fullbacks, by the way. Can we just acknowledge that? Ponga, Tommy Turbo now, Pappenhausen. There are some fullbacks dropping like flies. That's for certain. I'll tell you the true 50-50 for this round. Storm versus Sharks. Such a shame that I'm going to be missing that game, but honestly, I would never forgive myself if I considered ditching the show tonight and streaming the game instead, but I don't think I would ever forgive myself if I missed out on this event. It would be one of those things I look back on and go, yeah, I should have gone. I should have gone to that show. I mean, the footy's going to be on again. There's no guarantees that a comedian's going to tour again. She probably will, but there's no guarantees. Skyfinks, ahoy, mate. Appy Coruscant could be the factor, for sure. He has been in majestic form. My starting hooker for Origin, by the way. And halfbacks too, yes. Reynolds and Hughes. This is why I'm leaning towards the Sharks tonight, because, look, it's a true 50-50 game still. Even without Jerome Hughes and Pappenhausen in Melbourne, you would still have to favour slightly the Storm. But I'm backing my team, basically. I am saying, live on camera right now, if the Sharks do not beat Melbourne, right now, with the injuries that they've got, put a line through them. I'm calling it right now. If they can't get up for this game without Hughes, without Pappenhausen, I understand Munster is still there. Munster terrorizes Cronulla Sharks players and teams. But I tell you, if the Sharks do not win this game, this is their best opportunity since the 2016 Grand Final to defeat the Melbourne Storm. If they can't do it tonight, put a line through them. That's my bold prediction. Ollie is the best. Ahoy! How are you there, mate? But anyway, Tigers, Knights, this should be a cracker. You know what Michelle says to me? Well, I can't remember what she said to me verbatim, but she basically suggested, why would you bother talking about this game? Why would you bother? I'm like, are you kidding me? What the hell? This game should be a cracker. Tigers versus the Knights. I mean, watch it be a blowout now, but still. Skyfinks asks if the Rabbitohs will win against the Dragons because the Rabbitohs got Mitchell back. I would actually favour the Dragons even more now that Latrell Mitchell's back, to be perfectly honest. Burko, ahoy, mate. Verdi FN says, is Armstrong better than Ponga, or is Ponga still the best fullback? Well, Ponga's probably still the best fullback in Newcastle. I don't think Ponga even rates anywhere near the best fullback in the game. But if you're asking me just about Newcastle, yes, as soon as Ponga is available, he will slot straight back into the starting squad, no question. But Armstrong has done extremely well filling in. He is definitely going to be a great player of the future. Armstrong. Now, I have... Forgot to add Newcastle. Ponga is definitely still the best option for Newcastle at fullback. He's too fragile to move into the halves. Just my opinion. I don't think Ponga would last... I mean, he barely lasts a season at full... Well, he doesn't last a full season at fullback. Can you imagine putting him in the front lines? Whew. Lyrics, ahoy mate, Lyrics. I need to ask what jersey you want. And then I need to try and remember. As the teams come out onto the field, we've got to add you to the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. Eggs, ahoy mate. How are you doing today? Skyfink says yesterday was Nathan Cleary's first game, but he had to go off at halftime. Hamstring injury, question mark. Yes. Just another human. Ponga no good in the halves. Just be glad to have him back on the field, though. Absolutely. Look, I think Ponga has the ability to play in the halves, no question. I just don't think his body could stand it. Like, the poor guy is a matchstick. He breaks way too easily. It'll be the same as putting Tommy Turbo in the halves. Although I don't necessarily think Tommy has the ability to play halves. I'm just saying they break too easily, these guys. They're breaking at fullback. Can you imagine them in the front line getting hammered every set of 6? It wouldn't be good. Anyway, I have got to, very quickly, I'm just going to switch the camera off momentarily, because this game is about to start. And I need my team sheet, otherwise I'm going to be even worse at knowing who's who out there. I'm bad enough as it is. The whistle sounds, and this game is underway. Ahoy, Reed. How are you, mate? Ollie's got a party house, I swear. I used to have a party house back in the day. There was always something going on at the party house. Cat Lego, ahoy there. Skyfinks, how do I get to be on the Wasted World of Sports All-Stars team? On YouTube, there is a join button. Somewhere. I should know these things, but I honestly don't. I don't know where it is. It's on the channel somewhere. You click join, and sounds like a foster home. What, the party house? Coming next season to Summer Bay, the party house. I don't know why I turned it into a home and away thing, but penalty to the Knights first up. Their very first touch of the ball. Clemmer. High contact, I suspect. Yes, high tackle. Penalty to the Knights, nice and early. The join button is near where you subscribe. Only on desktop too, I believe. Although I can't confirm or deny that. But yes, thank you, Robert M. Cheers. So there you go, Skyfinks. And it's the lowest... Well, the lowest price level is $1.50, I think. I don't even know that, for Christ's sake. See, these are all things I should know. I should know immediately, as soon as the question is asked. I should just be, bang, straight onto it. Lee says ahoy. Ahoy there, Lee. As the Knights go on the attack. Tackle 4. 15 out from the line. A chance to strike first. Frizzell steps back in field. Last play. Crossfield kick. Tapped back by Bradman Best. Into the waiting arms of John Bateman. Hang on, I should be able to organise a link that, and I should put it somewhere where I can find it easily. Now, UFC, when you say your friend crashed in a ditch, I hope you don't mean driving. Do you mean driving? I hope not, because that's terrifying. Oh, his truck. Oh, jeez. When you said crashed in a ditch, my first thought was kind of, oh, maybe drank too much and passed out, which would have been fine. That would have been hilarious. Crashing the truck, though, not so funny. Not funny at all, actually. All right, there we go. For people struggling to find the join button, there, I've posted a link in the chat room. And I'll pin it to the top. Thank you very much for anyone interested in that. Fifth and last now, the Knights. They put it high again. Pressure on Jareem Buller at the back. He does well. Blake, ahoy there, mate. How you doing? By the way, I am making the switch. It's been confirmed. I just need to book it in, but I'm making the switch to Foxtel. Ellis Williams, ahoy! I'm making the switch to Foxtel, the standard, like the actual proper Foxtel box. Not the... None of this streaming stuff anymore. It's too unreliable. It's been decided. Fifth and last here for the Tigers. From inside their own 40. Great purchase on it. UFC, I feel like she might have been on the... I feel like she might have been on the wrong dating app. Down the short side go the Knights. Just another human, says KO, thumbs down. And they the problem with KO, anyway, I won't get into it. Through the hands now, the Knights. Talked about it. I've bitched about it too many times in the past. Nothing's been done. Nothing's clearly going to be done. The poll was on whether you scored or not. UFC only fans. Just a little bit of fun, of course. I can't remember what the poll results were. Tigers bringing it out of territory. I've tipped the Knights, but I'm stuck with the Tigers very heavily favoured in my same game multi. I need Olam, I need Staines, I need Marju. Tackle for Coruscant from dummy half. Got perfect purchase on it. Looking for the 40-20. Staines gets the second kick. Back across field. The Knights get back and rescue it. Tuala does extremely well. Steps the first kick chaser and gets back in the field of play. That was great from both sides. Now some enterprising stuff in front of their own post, the Knights. Do these teams know that it's pissing down rain? Somebody should tell them. Hastings now breaks away from 1, 2 dummies and surrenders in midfield. Both of these teams defying the conditions and playing extremely well. I don't think there's been any dropped ball yet. Not that I've noticed, but mind you, I've spent the first 7 minutes talking to the chat room. So who knows? Viking Axe, ahoy! 5th and last, Knights, Gamble puts it high. Not much of a kick chase and no pressure there on Brent Naden. He's caught high there, Naden. No call. All right, I can't help but notice that the high tackle crackdown is over. Done and dusted. I've seen a few already this weekend that could easily have been called. They haven't been. Tikamanu, I wonder if he's back in the sights of the Panthers now that Fafita is signed with the Rooster. Short side goes Coruscant. Links up with Lockie Galvin. They're up over halfway. 5th and last here for the Tigers. 8 minutes gone, 0-all. Sky Finks says, can you upload more videos? Because you haven't uploaded for like 11 months. What do you mean? I go live every weekend. I'm sorry, Sky Finks. I'm not following. I go live every weekend. I'm always here. Do you mean like more opinion pieces and stuff like that? Both teams completing at 100%. It's been a great start to the game for both teams. Buller collects the high ball, and the Tigers will have another crack. Staines. Oh, YouTube Shorts. Fair enough. Clemmer. Back up over halfway for the Tigers. 5th and last. Short side they go. The kick, they let it bounce the Knights. It's tapped back by the Tigers. Still 5th and last. Olam has the ball ripped away from him. Knights ball. You're a man of the people, James. Man of the people. You know what they want. They wanted shots for super chats. You're in tune with the people. Dylan edits Soccer NRL. Ahoy there. Who do you think is going to win? I've gone for the Knights. I think the Knights just have a better wet weather game than the Tigers, but we'll see. Frizzell forced to do the kicking there. Not the greatest of fifth tackle options there for Newcastle. Unfortunately for me, I have a very... my same-game multi seems to be favouring the Tigers. Now the Tigers spread it wide to the right. Too close to the sideline there. That was dangerous. They've done well to stay in the field of play. Who's the worst NRL player in the entire comp this year? Reece Walsh. Vincent Spears, hometown music. Ahoy, mate. Now the Tigers out to the left-hand edge. Buller's up in the line. Fifth and last. 30 out. Galvin puts it high. Oh, was he taken out at the back? The Knights fullback Armstrong. Yes, no. Yes, no. I don't know. A knock on. Can they captain's challenge this? They are captain's challenging. I thought that Armstrong might have been taken out in the air there. Good question, McGregor. Let's have a look. Because I'm not sure if they update that live. I'm certain Reece Walsh made at least 6 errors last night. But what I deem to be an error and what the actual NRL stats deem to be an error, I might be a little bit harsher. Now, I think Brent Naden's just gone racing in there with no intent other than to take out Armstrong. Dane Gagai agrees with me. Frizzell agrees with me. They're both firing up. Challenge successful. I think that's fair. I think that is absolutely fair. Brent Naden had no intent there to play at that ball. He was just making a nuisance of himself. Challenge successful. Penalty Knights. Totally fair call, I think. Let's see. I'm still trying to find errors. It's all the way down the bottom somewhere. No, Zach. Okay, Zach Lomax is still in front. Yeah, they only gave Reece Walsh 1 error, apparently, last night. I don't agree with that. According to the updated stats, Reece Walsh only made 1 error in the game last night. I don't think so. Not the game I watched. I might be exaggerating when I said he made 6 or 7, but he definitely damn sure made more than 1. 6 again here for the Knights. Up over halfway. They can go on the attack. Well, not if they make a mistake like that. Spilt ball out the back. They might challenge this one as well, the Knights. That went backwards, surely. Do they dare? They do go captain's challenge 2 in a row. Captain's challenge here for the Knights. Adam Elliott, I think it was. Can't quite see. I can't see a number. He looks to offload. Bobbles. I mean, it's gone backwards, surely. But there might be a bigger issue here for the Tigers. It depends how fierce they are on this call of third man in. Oh, it's gone. It might have gone slightly forward. Yeah, they might have lost this one, the Knights. That first replay looked like it was clearly backwards. But seeing it a little closer, it has gone forward. Tigers scrum. 40 out from their own line. Is the captain's challenge like DRS in cricket? If you lose the challenge, you lose the review. But if the review is successful, you keep it. Absolutely, McGregor. 100%. Exactly how it works. And also, much like cricket, if it's umpire's call, you retain the challenge as well. You might lose possession, but you retain the challenge. Although it's not called umpire's call, it's just inconclusive. The Tigers have a chance here to strike first. David Clemmer making a nuisance of himself. The kick through. Will it sit up? No, it doesn't. It's tapped dead by Armstrong. There was a chance there for Stafford Toa. He's done his hammy. That's why he didn't make a play at it. Yeah, oh, Stafford Toa was leading the race to the ball, and he's pulled a hammy. Another hamstring injury, the third this weekend. Stafford Toa went down immediately. He was leading the chase to that ball. He could have scored. Stafford Toa just needed to land on the ball, but unfortunately he's pulled a hammy. Third hamstring this weekend. That's incredible. The Knights with the goal line dropout. Tigers still have a chance here. Stafford Toa will be off. Who comes on to replace him? I don't know. Simpkin, I guess. Simpkin's the 14, which suggests he would be capable of filling in for the backs. Coruscant, crash ball for Itikimanu. Tigers on the attack. Tackles up their sleeve. Coruscant dummies. Blindside goes open side. Links up with Clemmer. Tackle 4. Only a couple of meters out here, the Tigers. Through the hands they go to the right. Buller's up in the line. Goes on his own. Jareen Buller. Tackled a meter out. Fifth and last. Sullivan steps. Gets the arms free. Offloads to Papali'i. And Papali'i will score. The Tigers strike first. And it's razzle-dazzle as well. It's not wet weather footy. They put it through the hands from left to right. And they come up trumps. UFC, I had tipped originally the Tigers for this one. But then I saw the rain. And I panicked and switched to the Knights. But I can't help but notice it stopped raining now. So aren't I a fool? But my decision's been made now. I've got to go for the Knights. And I've gone for the Sharks later tonight. Dragons to beat the Rabbitohs. I have no confidence in tipping the Sharks, but my theory is if the Sharks cannot beat the Storm, with the Storm missing so many key players, put a line through them. I mean, they pretty much have to win this one, the Sharks. Conversion from right beside the post. Jaden Sullivan puts it over. Ellis, I had tipped the Tigers all week. All week I was on the Tigers until I saw the rain. The rain made me panic and tip the Knights because the Knights are a much better team in the wet. And now it's stopped raining. It stopped raining and the Tigers have gone boom. And I'm starting to feel quite foolish. Oh, there's still a little bit of rain around, but it's... Six points to nil Tigers, anyway. See, this is why I need to do those weekly tip videos, because I can say all I want. That, oh, I had a feeling, I knew it, blah, 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 blah. When the Tigers go on and win this game, I need actual time-stamped evidence. Long way to go in this one. Long way to go in this one. And who knows, it could start raining again. So, good set of 6 here. Who's missing from the Storm tonight? Jerome Hughes, Ryan Pappenhausen, Xavier Coates. It's raining men. Hallelujah. The Knights with the ball back. Trailing. Oh, the sun's out. The sun shines out. Why did I change my tip? There's a rainbow. It's not a double rainbow, but there's a rainbow. The kick on tackle 4. Was it inside the 40? Have they pulled off a 40-20 here, the Knights? They have. Oh, that's huge. Now that's a momentum swinger. Tyson Gamble from inside the 40. Great job there for the Knights. Elliott backs into the defense, 10 meters out. This is a great opportunity. Tackle 2. Knights swing it out to the left. Hastings runs to the line. Out the back it goes to Armstrong. Armstrong gets the arms free. No support. Where was his support runners? There was a real chance there for the Knights. Absolutely no support runners. Tackle 4, held up over the line. And Adam Elliott will take it back. They play it 10 out. Hastings over on the right, sends it further to Gamble. Frizzell, he'll go on his own. Draws in 4 defenders. Tyson Frizzell still standing in the tackle. They can't put him down. 5th and last, the kick into the end goal. Will it sit up? It does, but Bateman gets a knee to it and puts it dead. Goal line dropout incoming here for the Tigers. They go short, and it goes out on the full. Play the ball for the Knights. Jose Estrada going to place money on the Knights now that the odds are better. Gamble in at first receiver to Daniel Siafidi. It's still on for the Knights here. Gamble, the crash ball for Leo Thompson. Penalty Newcastle, right out in front. A gift 2 points if they want it, but I should imagine. Oh, it's a trip. A leg trip from Papali'i. Oh, that's really bad. He just threw a leg out there. Isaiah Papali'i. And that actually should be 10 in the bin. That really should have been 10 in the bin. He's on report. Blues 14, Hurricanes 5. Hastings inside ball. Dylan Lucas is tackled. Couple of meters out still here, the Knights. Tackles up their sleeve. Huge pass out to the right. Gamble waits for it. Gagai gets on the outside of his man. Cuts back infield. They've wrapped him up. Gagai stands in the tackle. Gets the ball away. They're lined up to the left here. Adam Elliott goes on his own. Just sets things up in midfield. A couple left here for the Knights. They go to the right-hand edge again. Gamble. Inside run to Frizzell. They get a 6 again. Oh, that's a set restart late in the tackle count. You can't afford those. Hastings shows and goes on his own. Give it to Marju. Just a meter out here, the Knights. Out the back to Elliott. Gamble's caught. Looking for a one-on-one steal. There is Appy. He can't get it. Staying on the short side with Hastings to Armstrong. Armstrong dummies. Cuts back in field. They don't fall for it. Well wrapped up there by Fainu. Still 10 meters out. Crash ball for Adam Elliott on the 5th and last. Running out of ideas here, the Knights. Appealing for the crossfield kick. The little grubber goes in. Joe Ream Buller does extremely well to collect it and stay in the field of play. What an amazing effort there from Buller. But this is going to be a tough set of 6 now for the Tigers. Maybe, just maybe, they were almost better off just accepting the goal line dropout. They're now tackle 4. And they've only just gone outside their own 10-meter line. Now that's a good run. Charlie Staines. Fifth and last from inside the 40. The kick is away. It's going to be taken on the full at the back by Armstrong. Knights ball. He will give it to Tuala. And the Knights, you feel like they had a real golden opportunity there. They couldn't strike. Oh. It's doing my head in at the moment. It really is. Why did I change my tip? Anyway, long way to go. Long way to go in this game. Brazil on a good charge. The Knights are starting to chew up the meters. They're getting themselves a lot of momentum here. Good run there from Sayafidi. Fifth and last. 30 out. The kick is contestable. It's lost forward by the Tigers. And Dane Gagai comes down with it. Knock on against the Knights is the call, though. And they have no captain's challenge remaining. They've burnt their captain's challenge. I thought that was knocked on by Tigers. It's called. Knock on against the Knights, though. Brent Naden. Starfatoa has been ruled out of the game, by the way. That's the injury update. Starfatoa, hamstring injury, ruled out for the rest of this game. That's the third hamstring this weekend. And we're only, what, 4 games in? The kick down into the corner, collected by Armstrong at the back for the Knights. Trailing by 6 points. No way was that a knock on. I agree, James. No way, Jose. Quick hands here down the short side. Bradman Best puts the fend on and goes straight through. He's got support outside. Tries to draw in Jareen Buller. Buller does extremely well there. Dylan Lucas did not have the pace whatsoever. A penalty and 10 minutes in the bin. What for? I thought Buller had done extremely well there. Bradman Best cocked that one up. What's he got 10 in the bin for? The captain's challenging the Tigers. Hang on, I need some volume for this one. Oh, he's stripped the ball. Yeah, okay, the tackle's completed and then he's ripped the ball out. Well. Okay. Yeah, well, that's I didn't see that. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Ten in the bin for Buller. That's huge. That is such a big moment. At least it wasn't a Jesse Bromwich high tackle. Yeah, DJ Shaq, ahoy, mate. Yeah, I don't know what the Tigers were hoping to gain from that. Maybe, I mean, obviously an overturning of the 10 in the bin. If they were successful with the challenge, then Buller obviously would have stayed on the field. That's all they would have gained for it. But unfortunately now they've just burnt their challenge. Their captain's challenge gone now for the rest of the day. And now it's loose from the Knights. The Tigers dive on it. Knocked on Tigers. They can reset their defensive line though at least. 13 minutes to go till the halftime break. the Knights are really not offering much in attack at all. They've been really disappointing. Kakra, Yaboa, who wins? West Tigers? Or now from the scrum, Hastings to Armstrong. Armstrong offloads to Greg Marju, and Marju scores, and we get a tick off the multi. Thank you very much. Have yourself a drink, Greg Marju. 6 points to 4, kick to come. Literally, as I say that, they score. Me and my big mouth. In fairness, DJ Shaq, a training run, that. With a man in the bin, with the fullback in the sin bin. I still think your statement for the duration of the game thus far stands. Six points to 4, conversion to come. Knights are back in it. The conversion attempt from the sideline, unsuccessful for Dane Gagai. 6 points to 4, it remains, but as DJ Shaq points out, that sin bin could be crucial. Big moment in the game, potentially. Thomas Yates says, hang on to the ball. Hang on to the ball, Knights. Or Tigers. Someone. Anyone. Everyone. Everyone hang on to the ball. Ten and a half minutes remaining. In this first half, that is. 10 and a half left in the first half. DJ Shaq says Knights have had all the ball since Buller was sent for a spell. Fifth and last now, up over halfway. Good set of 6, that one. Gamble puts it high. How's the kick chase? Nobody wants it. The Tigers let it bounce, and it sits up for Staines, but he's wrapped up. And the Tigers, they'll be forced now to bring it out from their own end. Putting in the hard yards. Penalty here to the Tigers. A much needed one. Oh, that was a reliever. That was a relieving one. Holding down there, the Knights. Ellis Williams says, my uncle had a child named Latrell. We haven't talked to him since. Well, that's a bit harsh. I mean, it's obviously a joke, but... The penalty kick only takes the Tigers up to halfway. Not a lot of distance made off it. And with 9 minutes to go till the halftime break, this is a crucial set of 6. Mel says, I have a question. In Magic Round, do the teams play the same teams every season? Why have the Panthers? God help us. No, the only game that is guaranteed in Magic Round is Manly versus Broncos. Manly versus Broncos is the only one that happens every single year because Manly, it's part of part of some sort of deal between the two clubs. Manly have sold that game to the Broncos every season. That's my understanding of it. Outside of that, though, it changes. Fifth and last here for the Tigers. They go down the short side. The kick into the end goal sits up. Armstrong has it, but they've forced the goal line dropout. And now something's flared up between the two teams. And there's a little bit of push and shove and shirt grabbing going on. Nothing too serious. Bit of a scrap. Bring back the biff, I say. Don't Gagai. A little bit unnecessary. But nothing untowards happened here. Let's just get on with the game. Goal line dropout incoming. The referee wants a little chat. We've had a good half. Everyone just relax. Calm down. Tyson Gamble will take the dropout. They go short. Contestable. Tapped back by the Tigers. Well done. That ref has no personality. I can't hear him. So tackle 2 now, the Tigers. This is a great opportunity for them. If they muster up some points with a man in the bin, what a statement that would be. Papali'i, the previous try scorer, takes tackle 3. Tigers 10 meters out. Coruscant to Alex Twal. Twal's on. Fabulous. Coruscant from dummy half tries to burrow over. He's claiming it, Appy. Is he? He thinks he scored. Coruscant, we're going up as no try. Coruscant knows he hasn't scored. Whoa. Well, Alex Twal's obstructing there. For starters, you can't use the player who played the ball as a carriage. He does get the ball to the line and gets it down, Coruscant, but you can't use the player who played the ball as a shield. I don't think this can be awarded. But he wasn't telling lies. He definitely got the ball over and grounded. I don't think you can do that. No try, penalty to the Knights. They survived that one. Very, very crucial for them to have survived that. That would have been a huge try for the Tigers. The Knights put it into touch, 30 out from their own line. With 6 minutes to go till the break. And the Tigers still have Jareem Buller in the sin bin. 2 minutes left in the sin bin. They'll have this set, the Knights, to do more damage. Getting ready to come back on is Jareem Buller. Through the hands now, the Knights down that short side. Tackle 3, now Crossland out to Hastings. Hastings is wrapped up. Hastings gets a shove in the head from Bateman. A little bit of feeling out there in this game. Fifth and last now, Knights, 30 out. They go on the short side. Gamble puts it high. How's the kick chase? It's contestable, but Charlie Staines does well. Appealing for a tackle in the air. That's not going to happen, Charlie. Five minutes to go in the first half. Tigers spread it out wide to Naden. Naden tries to get on the outside and he goes a little too close to the sideline. He flirted with danger a wee bit too much there. And the Knights have a golden opportunity now. Buller is still in the sin bin for this play. You can't run that close to the sideline in the wet. Buller's got 22 seconds remaining. The Knights on the attack. Crossland runs decoy. It goes out the back now to Hastings. Armstrong to Marju. Marju spills it. It was too far out in front of him. Greg Marju spills the ball. They went the all-or-nothing play on tackle 2. And now the Tigers hold on and are back to a full complement. It was on there. If Marju holds that ball, he's in for a double. That's a huge mistake. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mate. How are you doing? "23 tackles inside the Tigers' 20-meter zone for the Knights to be behind in this game. Oh, God. See, I had a feeling about the Tigers. DJ Schmoovy, ahoy there. The Knights really need to pick up their act in the second half. The Tigers have done extremely well. They've largely withstood that period with Buller in the sin bin. And off the back of the penalty, they've got a full set of 6 here, starting from the halfway line. Leading 6 points to 4. Alex Twal goes on a good run. Tackle 2, 30 out. Great field position here for the Tigers. Back to a full team, remember, and now they've spilt it. Oh, they've spilt it. And the Knights have it. Good field position of their own. Great run from Frizzell on the 0 tackle. And now the Knights are only 30 out from the Tigers line. This back and forth scrappy game continues. The Knights back on the attack. They could have last say in this first half. Tyson Gamble, he's down. Don't tell me Tyson's had another head to the nutsack. Oh, it's a high shot. He did cop one high. But that doesn't seem to be his problem. His problem seems to be the leg. One minute 57 left in this half. He's played the ball. He seems all right. Crossland in at first receiver. The Knights will have the last opportunity of the first half. Inside ball to Crossland. Half a gap opens up. He's shut down on tackle 4. 10 out. Options left and right. They go right to Hastings. The pass out in front of a diving Tyson Gamble. Frizzell gets the arms free now, and it's back with Gamble. The double pump out to Crossland, who slips. Everybody's slipping over out there. 5th and last now for the Knights. They're 10 out. Hastings grubbers into the end goal. There's no real chase. Staines collects it and surrenders. Over the dead ball line. Goal line dropout. 1 minute to go They'll have one set of 6, maybe not even a complete set. They'll have just a few tackles here to defend the Tigers, and it's been a great effort in the first half for them. They go long with the restart, and why wouldn't you? The Knights collected on halfway. 30 seconds left. The Knights will have a couple of plays here from 30 metres out. What are the odds of a penalty, huh? A penalty and a 2-pointer to send us into halftime all square. Let's see. Hastings to Bradman Best. Best puts the fend on. He goes close to the sideline. Fires the ball back in field. Hastings collects it. There's 14 seconds left. Gagai goes on a run out to the right. Puts the grubber kick in behind. They just needed to sit up the Knights, and it does. And Tuala scores. A try out of nowhere. How have they managed to score this, the Knights? It looked like Bradman Best was going to get taken over the sideline. He fires the ball back in field. Hastings out to Gagai. Gagai noticed. I think it was Naden over on that side of the field was caught a little too far in field. And it sits up for Tuala, and Tuala gets the try. Right on the stroke of halftime. Great vision here. Yes, it's Gagai noticing that Naden was up in no man's land. Really caught out in defense there. Great vision by Gagai. And executed it to perfection as well. 8 points to 6. The Knights lead at the break. Kick to come. Who'd have thought? Michael Russell, ahoy there, mate. How are you doing? A masterclass from Gagai there. And from the sideline, he has a chance to convert a try that he set up. Oh, and he's missed it. Waved away. So 2 tries for the Knights now go unconverted. So the Tigers 1. Loco, ahoy there. How are we doing? 8 points to 6 at halftime. We've got a game on our hands. Just Another Human says, hang in there, Dan. More rain on the way. Nice. Lara Pitt looking nice today. Here's to that, yes. Eight points to 6 at the halftime break. I do see dark clouds around everywhere. So there will surely be more rain on the way here. We'll wait and see. All right, Wasted Water Sports. I will have a break for halftime. We'll be back for all the second half action very, very shortly here on the Wasted Water Sports. Let me turn my microphone on first. Wasted World of Sports, ahoy. 8 points to 6 here at halftime. The Knights scoring right on the stroke of halftime to pinch the lead from the Tigers. The Tigers have been playing well, though, in fairness. Ellis Williams asks, what's everyone's opinion on Xavier Willison? Xavier Willison, I think, has got a lot of upside. Honestly, and this will be a controversial statement, I'm sure, and I'm sure that a lot of people will just put it down to my dislike of the Broncos. But I would actually like to see Xavier Willison outside of the Broncos system. My opinion is the Broncos just don't really have a strong resume these days, not like they used to, of developing players. Can you imagine Willison in, say, the Storm or the Panthers system? The machine that he could turn into. And I say that respectfully to the Broncos, but I mean, look, they dropped the ball with David Fifita. Who's the other one? They dropped the ball with Tavita Pangai Jr. So I don't know. I reckon he probably has a lot more upside going somewhere else. I mean, even Payne Haas. Payne Haas is obviously a gun player, a superstar. But Payne Haas has not sort of gone on and owned an Origin, for example. Is that the Broncos' fault? Not necessarily, but it does suggest to me that they have a little bit of a problem turning players into real, genuine superstars. But again, that's just my opinion. UFC Only Fam says, don't ever say ahoy again. You might be in for a little bit of a rough time hanging out on this channel. Thomas Yates says, now the pressure is on, so the Tigers go hard, do your best, and don't give up on this second half. If there was a drinking game where I had to refrain from saying ahoy, I think I'd be passed out on the floor, completely buggered after about 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes of starting the stream. If that long. But anyways, I wouldn't lose hope, Tigers fans. They've played extremely well. They are into this game up to their necks. As I said at the top of the game, I had tipped the Tigers. I'd actually gone Tigers initially. I saw the wet weather and I switched to the Knights. It's on the fence at the moment. This game is well and truly in the balance. If it looks like more rain's on the way, I've probably done the right thing. But if it continues to dry out and we've got the sunshine, I might have made the wrong choice. But we'll see. This game, though, it's going to go down to the wire, just as we predicted. It's going to be close. Does anyone dare predict Golden Point? Hoota says, who does Luai replace at the Tigers? Luai would be replacing Lockie Galvin, I suppose. I don't think the Tigers necessarily expected Galvin to be going as good as he is. That'd be my thoughts on that. Well, I mean, they could be considering maybe it's Sullivan. Maybe they've got an eye on Luai not playing 6. Luai plays 6 at the Panthers, obviously, but he's capable of playing halfback. Maybe they've got an eye on Luai actually leading the team from 7. Who knows? I mean, if it's a choice between Galvin and Sullivan right now to remain in the halves, you honestly picking Galvin, aren't you? That's absolutely no offense to Jaden Sullivan. But Galvin has just been such a standout. You're surely trying to keep hold of him. But anyway, that's obviously not my call to make. Where do you think Marky Mark will play next year? As in what position, I'm assuming, because we've already established what club. Well, you'd have to put him on the wing, wouldn't you? But then, of course, the Roosters need replacements in the centres, don't they? With Manu and Swalihi on the move. Isn't it ironic that Manu and Swalihi are leaving for Rugby Union and Marky Mark's coming in from Rugby Union, potentially to replace them? I suppose the modern-day centre in Rugby League, it'd be a good position for him to just start to get to grips with the game. As the second half is underway, and the Knights have first use of it, leading by 2 points. Yes, it's an interesting one. Yeah, maybe you slot him into the centres. In the modern-day rugby league game, it's a little bit of a no-pressure position, in fairness, isn't it? This is what they're talking about with Zach Lomax too, isn't it? Zach Lomax wants to play in the centres. All the experts and the pundits on Fox Sports and that are saying, why? Why does he want to play in the centres when he could make so much more money playing on the wing? So yeah, maybe he comes in at the centres. The high baller takes it well. And the Knights have negotiated their first set of 6 in the second half. They're missing a goal kicker at the moment, the Knights. Now, let's keep an eye on Tyson Gamble. Has Tyson Gamble come back out for the second half? There was footage of him limping around in the sheds. He was limping around in the sheds at half-time. Has he made it out onto the field for the second half? No, apparently. Tyson Gamble is off. So there we go. Tyson Gamble has not come back out for the second half. That could be a big loss for the Knights. Who do you think will play Origin in the future? Oh, wow, Ellis. What a question. We can't even decide on who's going to play Origin this year, let alone potential future Origin players. I think it's way too early to tell for anyone. In all honesty, it's not a question that can be answered. Fifth and last here for the Knights, just over the halfway line. Hastings puts it high. How's the chase? Pressure on Jareen Buller by Bradman Best. Because he asked about future Origin stars, UFC. And I'm saying we're having a hard enough time picking this year's team, let alone who's going to develop into an Origin level player 5 or 6 years down the track, which is what I understand the question was. Fifth and last now for the Tigers. Just shy of halfway. Coruscant will kick from dummy half. There's space in behind the Knights. Sits up in the end goal. Perfect kick there from Coruscant. Marju links up with Best. Best gets on the outside. Can he get away from Brent Naden? Don't know because Makayo's buffering. He does! They made me wait for it. He's got support inside. Just needs to draw and pass. Best goes on his own. Now flicks it over to Armstrong. And that's the perfect start to the second half for the Knights. In under the post, stretching their lead. But boy, did KO make me wait for that one. The suspense. As Bradman Best caught the ball, the dreaded green circle popped up. He was on the outside of Naden. No idea if he'd beaten him for a couple of seconds, though. did extremely well there to lure Jareem Buller in. And a try for Kalen's replacement. $12-6. Conversion to come from right in front. Great work there for the Knights. And it's not even raining, yes. Armstrong going very well for the Knights. Just another human. They are not missing Kalen Ponga at all. $14-6. The perfect start to the second half for Newcastle. Leading by 8. I might have done the right thing here by switching from the Tigers to the Knights last minute. I better make sure I actually did, I suppose. Otherwise, I've just thrown a tip away, potentially. Plenty of time left in this game, though. Don't you worry. Plenty of time left. There's no chicken counting just yet. Big set of 6 defensively here for the Tigers, although Frizzell has a thing or two to say about that. Quick play the ball now. Crossland turns it back inside for Lucas. 5th and last on halfway. Crossland will take the kick. Buller backs up, takes it well. A great chase though from the Knights. They have got the Tigers pinned down here in their own end. Six minutes gone in the second half. It's the Knights on top. Look at the size of this human being. Holy hell. Utikumanu, what a unit. He's a monster. 5th and last now. Tigers 40 out from the Knights line. They go the short side. Sullivan puts the kick in over the top. Taken to the back by Marju. Beats the first kick chaser. Runs over the top of Sullivan. Runs through another. He's still going, Marju. Shrugs off a third. What a great kick return. And now he spills the ball. It's not called. They got away with that. That was a sloppy play of the ball from Marju. Now they stretch it wide to the other side. Gagai pops the pass out to Chuala and forward, says the referee. What a waste. Newcastle just lacking the... what's the word? Their attack is not clinical enough. They're getting themselves into these situations and just a simple mistake, throwing the ball away, essentially. I don't think either side has a captain's challenge yet. I mean, you wouldn't challenge that anyway. It was the right call. But just in general, I don't think anyone's got any captain's challenges remaining. Tiger scrum, 30 out from their own line. Jareem Buller takes the hit up. Twal with the inside ball. Up towards halfway they go. Staying on the short side, Galvin. He'll go to ground on his own for tackle 3. Over on the far side of the field, they're lined up to the left here. The Tigers, do they make a play? Utikumanu pops it up. Seyfarth Gets the ball free back to Tukimanu. Now they've got some space out to the left. Fino's wrapped up in a 3-man tackle. Good defense there from the Knights. Sullivan to Tukimanu again. He's getting very heavily involved, the big man. 3 players, they still can't get him down. The 5th and last, they run it to the line. The kick through. Will it set up for Justin Olam? It doesn't. Oh, that was painful. That would have been great for the multi. Justin Olam, centimetres away from a try there. It just beats his outstretched hands. Oh, it just took a horror turn towards the dead ball line. Oh, we were nearly on there. We were so nearly on. SS Storm fan, ahoy, mate. 7 tackles set here for the Knights. Brazil, another good charge. Stays on his feet. They can't put him down. Quick play of the ball from dummy half. 6 again, you would think. Not called. I can't imagine how the markers were possibly square there. But anyway, Knights still have it. A couple of tackles up their sleeve. Short side for Hastings. Crash ball for Pierce Paul. Again, the tackle, they can't bring him to ground. 5th and last. Hastings pops it high. They let it bounce the Tigers. That's dangerous. And now it's popped over the head of Charlie Staines, who has to ground it. A hospital pass at best from Jareem Buller. That was a dead set shocker. Jareem Buller, probably the worst play of his career so far. He put Charlie Staines in a horror scenario there. It was a no-win. Tigers go short. Contestable. And it's 1. The Tigers are away. It's Buller making up for his mistake. Goes straight through. Jareem Buller. Support outside from Brent Naden. Throws a forward pass. It's not going to get called because no one was within cooey of him. And the Tigers are now on the attack. They've almost gone the length of the field from a short dropout. Now Staines dummies. It opens up for him, but he's tackled a couple of metres out. Quick play of the ball. Crashing over and scoring. Perhaps. Has he got it down? Held up, says the referee. I don't even know who it was. Couldn't see a number. But we go, oh, let's have a look. Scooped up from dummy half. It's Isaiah Papali'i looking for a double. He knows he didn't get there. He's waiting down this end of the field to play the ball. There he is on his back over the line. Reaching, nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near it. He knew when the player is there waiting to play the ball, 10 metres out, we don't even need to look at it. Just play on. The players, they know. They have a fair idea. They try and tell fibs, of course. But when the potential try scorer is waiting 10 metres out to play the ball, we'll just get on with it. Appy appealing for a 6 again. It's Bradman Best. He's getting some treatment in back play. He's busted open. Amazing work from that goal line dropout, though, from Jareem Buller. Tackle 2. Now here go the Tigers. Buller's in the line again. He's well wrapped up. Tackle 3 now for the Tigers. They're on the hunt, though. Give it to Staines or Olam. They're both over this left-hand side of the field, both players. Fifth and last. Oh, they get a 6 again late in the tackle count. Buller in at first receiver to Fainu. Fainu's dumped on his back. More pressure incoming, though, for the Knights. Can they hold on? Coruscant. Out the back to Clemmer. Now Sullivan. Galvin beats the first tackle. Unmarked on the outside there. The winger waits patiently for a ball that doesn't eventuate. Clemmer in midfield. Inside ball. Tackle 3. Tigers still 10 out. Sullivan to the right. Cut out pass to Papali'i. Papali'i gets his second. He was close moments ago. This time he's well and truly over. 14 points to 10. The kick to come. Plenty of time left in this game. Oh, what a cracking match. What a cracking game this is shaping up to be. They're pumped up here, the Tigers. Gerard Susu, ahoy. Conversion from slightly out wide. Certainly not a gimme. Sullivan moves in. Strikes it. Well, it's pushed out to the right, though. Waved away. 14 points to 10 it remains. Newcastle still in the lead. Yeah, I actually don't have one on the next game. The Cuban Egg, ahoy! You went to Parramatta and Brisbane game. It was so fun. Oh, that's great. Glad to hear that you enjoyed it. Oh, the Knee Crumbler, back again. Gifting memberships. Oh, he's a champion, isn't he? The Knee Crumbler. And it went to JYD, Scott Hughes, Clayton Dixon, Ian Sapelli, Paul Illing. Cheers, Knee Crumbler. Oh, yeah. SS Storm fan, you went to the Dolphins vs Eagles game. Now, that was a great game. Coruscant up over halfway. The Tigers, some serious momentum now. Buller in a dummy half to Clemmer at first receiver. Fifth and last now, the Tigers. 30 out. Coruscant just gets to the ball. They stay down the short side. Grubber in behind the line. It sits up at the back nicely for the Knights. Armstrong has it. 25 minutes left. Anybody's ball game, this one. Drizzy Goat says, let's go Knights. It was a snake move, you picking them late. Hey, all I can say is if I've got up until kick, oh, that's a horrible sight. That Tyson Gamble on crutches is a terrible sight. In a moon boot on crutches, that is not a good sign for Tyson Gamble. As Crossland puts this one high, the Tigers come down with it. Jareen Buller at the back. But yeah, as I was going to say, if they give you up until kickoff, to finalise your tip, I'm more than happy to change my mind right up until kickoff. Down the short side, Papali'i has got both the Tigers' tries already. Looking dangerous every time he runs the ball. Isaiah Papali'i. Clemmer now into contact, stands, looking for a quick play of the ball. Gets it. Fifth and last for the Tigers. Sullivan puts it high. Taken by Armstrong at the back for the Knights. 10 out from their own line. Leading by 4. This game is going to go down to the wire. I'm so excited. Gagai with the hit up. Met by 3 Tigers, who put him on his back. Crossland looking for runners. A little bit rudderless there from the Knights. Staying on the short side. Hastings to Pierce Paul. Pierce Paul beats 1, beats 2. Still going, Pierce Paul. Beats a third. Gets the arms free. No support to offload to. What a run from Pierce Paul. Fifth and last. Hastings puts it high. No pressure on Staines. Takes the ball and surrenders in the tackle. What a run from Pierce Paul. The Knights were on the back foot there in that set of 6, and then they gave it to Kai Pierce Paul. He totally turned the momentum around in that set of 6. Seyfarth to Olam. Olam bumps off 1. Beats a second. Gets the arms free. Offloads to Buller. Danger here for the Knights. Up over halfway. The Tigers just starting to get themselves on top here. They are just rolling upfield. Naden pops it back in field, and Hastings takes the intercept. And that kills off any momentum they built up. Brent Naden is not having a game to remember. Still plenty of time left in this match. 21 and a half minutes. Anybody's game. But the Tigers, they've just got themselves on top here. It's so hard, as we know, to get momentum once you've lost it. The Knights have got to dig deep here. Crossland, inside ball to Gagai. Gagai beats the first. Links up now with Jones, and Jones takes the tackle. 40 metres out from the line they are. Fifth and last. Hastings chips it in over the top. It bounces up for Buller, and Jareen Buller has done extremely well once again at the back. Tigers ball, Tigers penalty. A penalty here for the Tigers. A high contact there on Jareen Buller from Hastings. And that's a pretty clear cut. Hastings' forearm right on the chin of Buller. It's as clear cut as it gets. Hastings finds himself on report. The kick to touch. Not a great one. Only takes it up to the 30-metre line. Their own side of halfway. "20 minutes remaining. We're 3/4 of the way through. Through the hands now. The Tigers down the left-hand edge. Cut out pass to Olam. It's behind him and into touch. Oh, Justin Olam was a great chance there for a try. Was it touched by the Knights? This could be Tigers' ball. It was touched by the Knights. That's why the pass didn't find the mark. Oh, this is big. The Tigers have just got all the momentum. The Knights need some rain. It's all Tigers at the moment, but still trailing by 4 points. To the right-hand edge they go. Galvin to Buller, up in the line again. Naden Naden loses it. Naden's night to forget continues. Brent Naden really has been a detriment to the Tigers tonight. You hate to see it from any player, but he really has had a shocker. Who am I tipping for try scorers next game? Hadn't really thought about it, to be honest. My mind hasn't delved that far yet. God, nearly dropped my drink. 18.5 minutes remaining. The Tigers have all the momentum, but Brent Naden, you can't pin it on one player, but Brent Naden has been directly responsible a few times now for just killing off Tigers' attack with dropped ball or a mistake of some sort. And the Knights go up over halfway on tackle 4. Not making a lot of ground, though, considering where they started this set. Hastings, out the back to Best. Best beats 1, beats 2. Still going, Bradman Best gets the arms free. Offloads to Armstrong, 5th and last, 20 metres out. Oh, Bradman Best continuing to make a case for Origin selection. The chip over the top is tapped over the dead ball line from Coruscant. I'm not sure that he needed to do that, Appy, but happy to just have the Tigers reset, I suppose. But Bradman Best definitely making a case for Origin selection. "17 minutes remaining. Tigers, they'll go short, I'm sure. Yes, they do. It's too short. It's not going to go the 10. And the Knights will get the play of the ball 10 metres out. Hastings was on report for a high tackle, DJ Shaq. On Jareem Buller from a kick return. Tackle 2, now the Knights 5 out in front of the post. They go left. Hastings, inside ball to Pierce Paul. Pierce Paul didn't have enough time to wind those big legs up. And they shut him down. Again, out on the left. Here's Best. Shrugs off 1. Shrugs off 2. Bradman Best scores. Oh, he is in immense form at the moment, Bradman Best. And that's a huge try for the Knights because they've been under the pump. The Tigers have been on top with all the momentum. Trailing on the scoreboard, of course, but it's been all Tigers. And Bradman Best, a couple of sets in a row. He has just shrugged off Naden. Naden's nightmare continues. Sullivan had no chance. Boom, boom, like a game of Rugby League Live 4. Bradman Best slides over in the corner. Oh, poor Brent Naden. He has really had one of those nights. Or one of those days. Not nighttime, is it? He's had one of those days, Brent Naden, where nothing's gone right for him. No, I'll be heading out tonight, UFC. Unfortunately, I'll be missing both remaining games. DJ Shaq says his head just sunk to the ground as soon as Best broke the tackle. You've got to feel sorry for him. You really do. But he's had a nightmare on just both ends of the spectrum. Poor Bradman Best. I mean, not Bradman Best. Brent Naden. Dane Gagai has not had his kicking boots on today. Can he put this one over? It's on target. It's hooking. It stays on target. And Dane Gagai puts it over. 18 points to 10. Tw 18-10 becomes 20-10. And the Knights go back out to that 10-point lead. Bradman Best continues to bleed. The last 10 minutes completion rate, 67% Tigers, 100% Knights. That is a pretty telling statistic. The Knights with some front football, leading 20 points to 10. 14 minutes remain. Pierce Paul. They're doing well to shut him down now. I think they've understood they need to put defenders on him, multiple defenders. No one-on-one tackle attempts against Pierce Paul. Make sure there's at least 2 or 3. Fifth and last now for the Knights. They've gone up over halfway. Crossland. Oh, I thought Crossland was lining up for a 2-point field goal. It really looked like Crossland was setting himself up for a 2-point field goal. It would have been the most bizarre sequence of events ever. But he's put it high. Jareen Buller's done extremely well to come down with it. It really honestly looked like Crossland was setting up for a droppy then. That was insane. Justin Olam gets the ball off to Coruscant. Now they've got numbers to the right. If they can release it, the Knights race up and shut it down. The real Dark Star, ahoy mate. Coruscant from inside the 40 on tackle 4. It angles back in field though. No threat of a 40-20 in the end. Gaz Hearsom, ahoy. Here goes Bradman Best again. Oh, give him the man of the match. Bradman Best. SS Storm Fan. Thank you so much, mate. SS Storm Fan joining the Wasted Water Sports VIP. I'm going to go ahead and assume SS Storm Fan, Melbourne Storm jersey for your position on the All-Star squad. I'm just hazarding a guess. Melbourne Storm. Just a guess. Fifth and last here for the Knights. Caught on the fifth and last, and that'll be a handover. It flares up again out there. A little bit of unnecessary rough stuff from Alex Seyfarth, to be fair. It was a little unnecessary. If he's given away a penalty here, Seyfarth, for that swinging arm to the back of Armstrong, that is just silliness. Take the 2. Take the 2. What a horrible penalty to give away. Really. Just nonsense from Seyfarth. I mean, just nonsense. It didn't need to be done. Seyfarth's on report. And it's a penalty to the Knights and a gift 2 points. I mean, surely you take the 2. This is a gift 2-pointer. And that was just silliness there from Seyfarth, you've got to say. Slightly high contact, and then doubles down with a small swinging arm into the small of the back. Just unnecessary stuff. Yeah, DJ Shaq, Isaiah Papali'i did trip somebody earlier in the game. I couldn't understand why it wasn't 10 in the bin. There was a penalty for it. Very lucky to stay on the field, I thought. 10 minutes to go in this game. Tupou Harwood, ahoy there, mate. Thanks for dropping by. Gagai pushes this horribly out to the left. Oh, they need a goal kicker badly, the Knights. They so badly need a goal kicker. 20 points to 10 it remains. And a 20-metre restart for the Tigers. Coruscant goes deep. Angles it towards the sideline. Taken by Tuala. And the Knights. A golden opportunity. They've left some points out there, the Knights. Dane Gagai. I don't think he'll have kicking duties for too much longer. Saifidi. Wrapped up after a good run. Oh, that was Frizzell. God damn it. I've got Saifidi and Frizzell. Why do I keep doing that? Somebody please explain to me why I keep getting Saifidi and Frizzell confused. They look nothing alike. Kai Pierce-Paul. Backs into the defense. Look at the size of that man. Seriously. Down the short side they go. Hastings to Best. Best drops it onto the boot. 6 more tackles now for the Knights. They could put this game to bed here, Newcastle. A full set of 6. Thompson just straightens up the attack. Hastings to Crossland. Now they've got numbers to the right. Can they release it? No. Lucas goes to ground. Had an unmarked player outside him in Tuala. Couldn't get the ball free. Well defended from the Tigers. Saifidi. It's definitely Saifidi this time. Takes tackle 4 in midfield. Still 10 out here, the Knights. Crossland. Terrible service out the back to Lucas, who skips around 1. Offloads to Justin Olam, but Justin Olam doesn't play for the Knights, so that's a problem. And the Tigers have it a couple of meters out from their own line. They look out on their feet, though, the Tigers. Now I'm even getting teams confused. Jeez. There's no hope. There is absolutely no hope. 7.5 minutes remaining. That's a huge hit. Maybe a high shot as well. Yes, says the referee. David Clemmer's now got to be careful. David Clemmer's got to be careful. They're cracking down on getting in the face of the referee this round. And that was high contact, shoulder to the head. That really should be. That's shoulder, direct contact to the head. This should be a send-off, quite frankly. Daniel Saifidi, very lucky to remain out on the field. That is shoulder contact straight to the face. Seven minutes remaining. He's on report, Saifidi. He's got to be marched here, surely. Shoulder contact straight to the face. Yep, there we go. 10 in the bin. That's his night done. He can't complain too much about it. It was pretty clear. Shoulder contact straight into the face. 10 in the bin. Grab an early shower. Use all the hot water. Tigers put it into touch. 35 metres out from their own line. Trailing by 10. 6 minutes 40 to go. Terrible service there from Appy. And up over halfway. The Tigers, as they must strike. Then they must strike soon. They must strike next. They must strike soon. Here they go on the attack. There is Seyfarth running with aggression. Coruscant to Sullivan. Sullivan dummies, cuts back in field. Still going, Sullivan. Brought down in a try-saving effort from Phoenix Crossland. Fifth and last. To the left they go. The Tigers. Crash ball for Justin Olam. Oh, let Justin Olam score. We need that for the multi. Well defended there from the Knights on their own goal line. Five minutes 40 to go. The Knights holding on. A crucial set of six defensively here for the Tigers. If there to be any chance in this game, they could put on a big set of six defensively. I mean, honestly, though, the game should really be over. If Newcastle had a goal kicker, they would be comfortably clear with 5 minutes to go. So they probably do deserve the win. Frizzell got it right that time, up to halfway. Fifth and last, Hastings. High towards the corner. I'm not surprised they would put some pressure on Brent Naden after the night that he's had. Olam in at first receiver to Naden. 4.5 minutes remaining. The Tigers' time is running out. Staines, nowhere to go. All wrapped up. Clemmer takes tackle 4. They're just short of halfway. Olam now cuts back in field. Fifth and last for the Tigers. 40 out from the line. Sullivan puts it high. Seyfarth putting in the hard yards on the kick chase. Oh, and then Dan Gagai stands him up, runs over the top of Naden. Good kick return there from Gagai. I mean, I'm laughing, and I shouldn't laugh. But honestly, Seyfarth did extremely well there. He was rampaging on that kick chase. But it also looked like he was moving in slow motion, the big fella. Credit to him for putting in the hard yards. But then Gagai very easily stepped around him. Tackle 4 now for the Knights. Back in Tigers territory. Oh, there's the mistake. Leo Thompson spills the ball. 3 minutes to go. Not over yet. It's a long shot, but it's not over yet. The Tigers will have a full set of 6 here, just short of the halfway line. 3 minutes remaining. Knights are down a man, let's not forget. Newcastle down a player. You do feel they've left it a little bit too late. Coruscant to Fanua Paulie. 6 again now for the Tigers. 2 minutes 40 to go. They must score this set of 6 to have any chance. 2.5 remaining. Sullivan puts the kick in over the top, looking for Papali'i, and Dane Gagai's there to tap it dead. It was an all or nothing play. Oh, don't tell me Dane Gagai's done a hamstring. No, it's all good. He's up. Jeez, I was going to say not another hammy. Gagai's there to save the day. Tap it dead. That should be enough for Newcastle. Kick the living skin off this ball as far as you can. And defend now for 2 more minutes. And I've done the right thing by changing my tip last second to the Newcastle Knights. 1 minute 49 to go. Tigers on the attack. Buller pops the pass up. Loses it behind him. It's play on. Papali'i comes away with it. 1 minute 30 to go. Tackle 2. Tigers could score here. Pass up the opportunity at goal and go on the attack again. They must score this play, though. And here they go to the left. Galvin to Olam. Olam feeds it on to Brent Naden. And Brent Naden scores in the corner. Do not take the shot at goal. Just get back and play on. It's from the sideline. A minute to go. They can have a full set of 6 to get themselves into position, or they can take a 50-50 shot at goal and run out of time with only a few plays from down the other end. Me, personally, I'd be foregoing this shot at goal. They're going to take it. Sullivan's going to race through it. Moves in, pushes it way out to the right. It was absolutely pointless having that shot at goal. They will get a full set of 6, though, but that was just a complete waste of time. A try for Brent Naden. That at least gives him something to smile about tonight. I wish Justin Olam sort of ran on his own there. That would have been nice. Justin Olam should have gone on his own. We would have got cash back on the same game multi. 1 minute, 8 seconds remaining. Knights get us back underway. The kickoff, it's shallow. That was not the greatest kickoff in the circumstances. The Tigers have 56 seconds to go the length of the field. This game, for me, certainly lived up to expectations. It was a close one. It was a fun one. Sullivan now out to the back to Galvin. They've got space now. Jareem Buller up in the line. Pops it back in field. It's dived on by Inari Tuala, and the Knights have won. Newcastle have won. They've held on. 20 points to 14. They can just run the clock down now. Well done, Newcastle. Two seconds left. Newcastle, a tenacious victory, that one. The Tigers came to play. Was the rain the difference maker in the end? Was there just enough wet weather around? That's what swayed me. I don't know about anybody else, but that's ultimately what swayed me in favour of the Knights. It was the wet weather. If it were dry conditions, a dry track, I was on for the Tigers today. I really was. My thought process behind that was the Tigers aren't going as badly as it seems, and the Knights, conversely, not going as good as they appear to be. But the Knights, in my opinion, have proven an ability to play perfect wet weather football. So when I saw the rain, that's why I sort of jumped on with the Knights. And I'm glad I did now. $20 points to 14. They come away victorious. A very hard-fought match. I'm so glad that I did it. I told the story at the top of the stream about how Michelle was saying to me, why would you bother? Because I said, Tigers Knights, are you kidding me? It's going to be a great game. Cracking contest. Absolutely zero regrets. SS Storm fan asks if I reckon Gagai will be picked for Queensland, or will it be Hammer or Holmes? You pick the Hammer if he's fit, surely. You pick the Hammer, surely. Valentine Holmes and Dane Gagai, they're both very different beasts when they pull on that maroon jersey, though, aren't they? But in fairness, I don't think Val Holmes has had the form to suggest that he gets picked. And Gagai, I think they've moved on from Gagai, to be honest. Unless there's like a huge injury crisis for Queensland. I think Billy Slater's made it pretty clear that he's moved on from Dane Gagai. Bacon says that para game last night, huh? Ugh. Yeah, don't get me started on Parramatta. Jeez. What a shambles. What a bloody shambles, I say. Well, my perfect round continues at the moment. You have to work. You have to wear the jersey to work today. The Parramatta jersey. Oh, well, that's all right. That's not the end of the world, surely. My perfect round continues. Dolphins, tick. Panthers, tick. Broncos, tick. Knights, tick. Thank God I changed it. Yeah, I've got the Dragons in the next game. Dragons to beat the Bunnies. And, yeah, Sharks to beat the Storm by 4. Roosters to beat the Warriors tomorrow. And... ooh, honestly, the Titans-Cowboys, a true 50-50. I've gone Cowboys, but I've gone Cowboys with no confidence. So there you go. That's my tips for the rest of the round. If the Sharks don't beat the Storm, put a line through them. That's what I'm thinking. If a near full-strength Sharks cannot defeat an injury-depleted Melbourne Storm, forget about them. Forget about them. Pretenders. It is a gift. An absolute gift has been presented to the Sharks tonight, with no Hughes, no Pappenhausen, no Munster, no Coates, I mean. They've still got Munster, and Munster just has this ability to terrorize the Sharks. But still, despite that, golden opportunity for the Sharks to get the win. So, Dragons to beat the Bunnies. Sharks to beat the Storm. Rooster to beat the Warriors, yes. And Titans-Cowboys. Titans-Cowboys is probably going to be one of those games where I'll change my mind a few times before kickoff. At the moment, I've gone for the Cowboys. But as I said, I've gone Cowboys with zero confidence in the fact that they'll actually win. So, we'll see. All right, Wasted World of Sports, thank you so much for your company, as always. Very much appreciated. And a very big cheers to our newest Wasted World of Sports All-Stars. Lyrics. All right, Lyrics wants a Broncos jersey. And SS Storm fan wants a Storm jersey. I've got to add them to the list. I better remember. Everyone else on the gifted memberships is a cheers to the knee crumbler for throwing out gift memberships left, right, and center. All right, Thank you so much. I'll be back for the doubleheader tomorrow. Roosters, Warriors, Titans, Cowboys. Until then, enjoy the rest of your night. I'll catch you then. Cheers.
The wasted world of sports, eh?
Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Tedesco's butt crack. Ahoy! He's nearly taken security's head off.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.